Welcome everybody to another edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons as Masters League is going on, and for those who are wondering who I'm your host Vagish Kotslebhan, and joining me today for the first game is none other than Zara Angela Gonzalez.
How are you doing, man? You seem
Uh,
a little
yeah,
dazed down today.
Actually, I'm not dazed out. It's a lot to do with this wicked, bad city called Delhi NCR. Um, Delhi NCR has never been kind with me, whether be it's weather, whether be it's the pollution level, whether be it
Yeah.
whatever. This city is out for blood always. And it just so turns out I woke up today in the morning with an absolutely horrendous body pain and nausea.
Hmm.
And I hope that does not escalate to anything else.
It's okay, but talking about the games, I think these games will hype up your spirit, and I think you're going to enjoy these games today because we've got two fantastic players playing today.
Indeed. So we have very interesting game lined up in Clash Royale between Mukul 8-bit and Prashanth PP. So without wasting any further time, let's quickly get to know these people.
Yes.
First, let's. Alright then, well that's Mukul 8-bit Achal for you guys. In
Yeah.
fact, let's take this opportunity to also take a look at his opposition, also Prashanth PP Pandey. I like these small crowns photoshopped on their heads.
Yeah, they
Makes
look
them look
damn
cool.
cute on them, don't they?
I like it. Just so seems like if you see it at a sudden glance, you don't realize that they're like fake crowns.
Pun intended?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
okay then. Okay
All
then.
right.
Moving on, let's have an in-depth view of these players and see as to how many crowns and everything they've won. And Angela,
Yes.
while we are at it, let's quickly also understand the strengths and weaknesses of each player.
All right. So Mukul, as we know, he's from Chandigarh and Prashant is from Bangalore. They both are fantastic Clash Royale players. We know Mukul's favorite card is the Hog Rider and Prashant likes to play the Golem. Now, these two players have really already played two games in the ESL India Premiership. Already, we had Mukul who played up against Seth, and over there, he kind of took a game of 3-1. So that was a good game for him. But in the second time, he played against Arpan and he had a very bad loss against him. It was a 0-3 score. Same thing, a similar story happened with Prashant. He kind of went up against Jameet but had a nail-biting victory in the 3-2 scoreboard. But in the secondary game, he went up against Arpan and again he took a defeat there. So Arpan seems to be the person nobody really wants to play up against. But it's going to be a while between these two players facing him off again. So I'm really interested to see how these two guys perform today because we've seen Mukul play some fantastic Clash Royale in his previous game. He went out with a Sparky and took down a Golem with it. So is he going to do the same thing again? I'm hoping to see that. But as of now, we check out the bans of these two players. We see that Mukul has gone ahead and banned out the Golem, which is Prashant's favorite card. And the reply from Prashant is the Goblin Barrel. Now, I'm guessing Prashant has banned out the Goblin Barrel because Mukul loves to play the Goblin cards, whether it be the Goblin Gang, the Goblin Barrel, just Spear Goblins in general. So, yeah, the Goblin Barrel being very risky if given into Mukul's hand, he will have to opt to play high elixir cards, and I think that's what we are going to see Prashant aim for. Because if we do not give Mukul the goblins, I want to see how Mukul is going to play out his deck in the upcoming game.
Yeah, indeed, it'll be a very interesting matchup. So let's quickly head off into the game and see what's in store for us. I'm presuming Gotham Workaholic Work is the
Yes.
one casting this game. So over to you, my magnetic 6'5" boy. Take it forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again with another exciting day of Clash Royale casting, and this is Gotham Workaholic Work, or Work, whatever way you like it. And thank you, Vagish, for the great intro there, and thank you, Angela, for breaking down the two players that we're facing off today. We have Mukul versus PP. I feel like I've casted this match before, but it's actually two different players that I had casted earlier. We've seen both of them play. This is the day 7. Am I correct? Day 7 or 5, 6, 7? Day 8. Sorry, this is the day 8. I was unwell in between, didn't get a chance to cast for 2 days. Feeling much better now. Gola is alongside with me, but he's not casting right now. It's an exciting day of casting, anyways. Uh, Dark Prince, we've been seeing a lot of Dark Prince lately, and literally everyone carries it. If you talk about the bans here, the Golem's been banned, uh, and the Goblin Barrel is also banned. Two annoying cards that no one wants to deal with. Exciting news here is my favorite Three Musketeers are still available to play. So I don't think any of the players are playing it. And the strategy nowadays seems to be going in a whole different direction altogether, where people are opting for a more chip damage decks, and you can see that in both the players' card, but especially in Mukul's card where he has the minor poison, and then for defense he has a big P.E.K.K.A. But mostly for defense, I don't think he's going to be using that much offensively. Big push. This is the giant. What we're seeing from Prashanth is the giant and the double knight combo, which is pretty hardcore if you think about it. If they make it to your tower, you can pretty much say goodbye to your tower, which is exactly what happened to Mukul there, completely losing his tower there. Good defense by PP. Trying to make something happen here. 60 seconds left on the clock. This is double elixir time right now. And this is about 55 seconds given to Mukul now to come back from this. And he needs to figure out how is he planning to make a comeback, because this is looking really, really difficult. I don't see how he's going to come back, and because PP right now just needs to focus on defense. And he has plenty of defensive cards available in his deck. Big elixir push coming towards the right, going all in. But look at the giant. Look at the placement. I want you to notice that placement. Just where the giant was placed, he completely pulled the P.E.K.K.A. in the other direction. And guess what? P.E.K.K.A. is now making a huge U-turn going back home. Distracted by the evil knight there. But sadly, but the P.E.K.K.A.'s health is come low enough already, which he won't be much of a problem. Big push on the right we missed while we were talking this huge discussion around the P.E.K.K.A. going around in circles. He somehow managed to get the health of that tower down to 400 health, but not good enough. So we'll say goodbye to that tower, to that game. This is game one in favor of PP. Congratulations for him to taking the game one of this best of 5. But guess what? There's plenty of game to go. There's plenty of matches to go, and anything can happen because this is Clash Royale. This is a much better game than Counter-Strike, I tell you, by the way. Counter-Strike is just, just a shitty game, I tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But Clash Royale is the best game in the world. It's so competitive. Look at the knowledge is required. You have like 66 different cards. Counter-Strike has like 4 weapons that people buy. That's it. Like, there's no thinking. Point and shoot. Look at the fucking. I should not have said that. Anyways, getting back into the game. Mukul versus PP. This is game 2 of a best of 5. Mukul has not decided to change his deck. He's pretty confident with his deck. Prashanth on the other side has made some changes. We see the Royal Ghost coming out, which by the way does splash damage, which my co-caster Manoj has no idea that actually did splash damage. So maybe we'll get a small demo in this deck to see if he does splash damage. I don't see a lot of units on Mukul's side which we can actually showcase the splash. Will he be able to get one hit down? No! Immediately zapped away. That Royal Ghost, not able to bring his Royal Ghostiness on the field there. Miner instead coming in to do some damage. Interesting. Let's talk about the Mukul's dilemma right now. He needs to figure out how to win this game. By the way, want to add something on the Goblin Hut, by the way. It has a huge health. Like, I think you need to fireball the Goblin Hut twice to even bring it down. I don't know if that is true, but someone told me you need to fireball it, or like you need to throw a couple of miners at it. It has a crap load of health, and it just seems very OP at the moment. So maybe some nerfs will be coming in that direction. Both the players actually using the Goblin Hut, so it must be OP, I guess. Everyone's using it. So I'm not a big Goblin Hut fan. I'm a Three Musketeer guy. I learned from the best. I learned from what's the name of the 13-year-old? Taranveer? Michael Jackson. I just know him as Michael Jackson, but his real name is Taranveer. He's actually one of the top 3 performing players from last year, and I actually learned. I built my deck actually looking at what he does, so it was quite interesting to learn from one of the best. He was, even though he's like half my age. I should not have said that. Maybe he's like 5 years younger to me. I'm only 19, by the way. He's 14 years old. So those were quite interesting days last year. Got to see some good action coming out of Premiership there. Uh, Offensive chip deck in action here. You got to see the poison, the miner going back and forth. The log also coming in and doing a lot of chip damage. Both the opponents are pretty much basing their whole thing around the chip damage. A lot of poison. You need to figure out where, how to maximize the potential of that poison and how to maximize the damage done on the miner, because you don't know which side the miners is actually gonna come out of. So, which is like a little small game that happens when you're playing this. But Mukul now needs to, sorry, PP now needs to do the final push here, which he's using the P.E.K.K.A for, and he needs to defend while offensively putting down a poison. He needs to figure this out. Can he close this game right now, or is he gonna lose the game? No, he's gonna lose the game. Mukul valiantly coming back into game 2. 1-1 is the score. This is the best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is so much more exciting than this other game called Counter-Strike. I wish more people actually came down to watch this game also. Anyways, talking more about Mukul. If you guys don't know, or if you are new to the Clash Royale stream, he's the winner of last year's winner finale that happened in New Delhi in the cold, season of Delhi. This was done during, I think he won December 16th or 14th, somewhere in there. He won the final match, and he was facing off against Arpan, yes, the dab master, the dab champion of ESL India Premiership, Arpan. He actually beat the 2 times champion of the ESL India Premiership and won the Delhi winter finale. So it was quite interesting to see. Those are good matches. But anyways, we shall be getting into the next game very soon. And hopefully we're getting to see something more than just the chip damage deck. Mukul seems to be sticking to the same deck. PP making some changes. I think he's going for the Lava Loon, which is still good. Lava Loon, you can't really go wrong with Lava Loon. You just have to hope that your opponent doesn't have the counter, like a hard counter to your deck, like a Nado or anything like that. So Mukul making the first shot there, going in with a miner. Guards will not be able to make it across the map, but get a stab in, that's okay. Here comes the first big card. Lava is out. The Lava Hound. Already quite a distraction on the way, because he will be pulled towards the Goblin Hut there. Big offensive push, small offensive push on the right. Did manage to do a lot of damage. Even the balloon dropped on the right also. Now we'll be making it across towards the middle of the map. Will make it, but will it actually make it to the tower? Tower is locked on. He's actually getting blocked by his own unit. Does manage to drop a bomb and does the death damage, also bringing the health down to 500. Mukul in a bad shape currently. Needs to figure something out. Needs to have a better placement of this unit. He was expecting that. I guess he was just not expecting that to come from the other side of the map, which is weird. But here comes another chip cycle there. The miner poison doing some damage on that tower. And finally, the big push coming through. Now I'm thinking that, is he gonna hold on to his Electro Visit? Or how is he planning to stop this push right now? Because we could see a balloon coming right about now. Maybe now. He's just waiting for that Goblin Hut to expire, I guess. No? Look at that. The second Goblin Hut also comes down. That balloon is completely distracted. The fireball also comes down. The balloon will not make it all the way to the tower. But look at the right. It's completely destroyed. And the game's kind of evened out. And that's a lot of background noise, but shouldn't be a problem to me because I have a high quality mic here. Uh, double elixir time happened about 30 seconds ago, and a big push. The problem right now is the fact that who's defending on the ground because there's a lot of units in the air and there's 14 seconds left on the clock. Prashanth needs to hold this big ground push uh, before the balloon actually destroy his tower, and I think he might be able to. Yes, he'll be another shot by the balloon will win him the game. And PP, look at that PP performance, completely obliterating his opponent there. The whole game came down to the fact that there's a huge ground push versus a huge air push. And both both the big units couldn't target the other units. You saw the lava hound and the balloon going directly for the tower, and then you saw a P.E.K.K.A and a Dark Knight making their way across. However, it's easy to distract a P.E.K.K.A and a Dark Knight, which is exactly what PP did. While to distract a lava hound and a balloon, you actually need a building card to be put down, which Mukul sadly didn't have enough of, hence actually costing him that game. Remember, this is game 3. This is a best of 5, and we're already seeing quite an exciting games happening here at the ESL India Premiership. So can't wait to get into the next game, and let's go and see what more exciting games do we have in store for us. This is Mukul versus PP Prashanth, and let's see what's in store for us now. Mukul switching up the game, actually has the balloon in his deck now. Interesting. And Prashanth actually going back to the double knight giant combo. I don't know, man. I think Prashanth might be able to close this game, but does he have a solid answer to the balloon other than the mega minion? And that's the question. If a misstep here or a misstep there could cause them to lose the game. So pretty interesting. Both of them dropping only, not showing too much to their opponents right now, by the way. By the way, we see all the 4 cards right now, but the if there was actual like a proper live game, we would have, it'd be a little different. We're just a couple of hours behind the main match, I would have to say. Here comes the big push. This is exactly what we wanted to see. He has only 1 card or 2 cards right now to counter that balloon, and the balloon is completely going to destroy this tower. This right lane is completely gone. He has everything he has to need to do is on the right hand side, and guess what, there's an electro wizard on the map, so this guy will not be, the Inferno Dragon will not have enough. He'll keep getting reset. Is he getting reset noise? Wow, big pushes on both sides, and you can notice the top also. The tower, the balloon actually went all the way to the main tower, and look at the health of the main tower. If left unchecked, a balloon can do, that's the amount of damage a balloon can do. If you guys don't know, now you know. So balloon unchecked went to first destroyed the princess tower, then went out to the king tower, took that down to half health, more than half health by the way. And here comes the big push, and right now Prashanth does not have a lot of cards. He has a he has an electro wizard who's trying to slow it down, and even the towers are targeting the balloon. Balloon might not be able to make it through, and it does not, and that's a big push lost right now, and this is big mistake for Mukul, because Mukul now has a lot of problems in his hands that he needs to defend against. And he is now getting targeted right on his main tower. So Mukul in bad shape. Will be able to hold this off, but he is slight elixir disadvantage. Very minor. But he needs to wait for the Electro Wizard to go out of circulation maybe. Or even an Ice Spirit causing some annoyance there. This is going to be pretty difficult for Mukul to hold. He doesn't have a lot of ground units to hold this big push. I think this could be GG for Mukul. Prashanth could possibly close the game right now. And Mukul trying his hardest to stop this big push and going on an offensive campaign right now. And here comes the balloon. Here comes the Ice Spirit. Slows down the balloon. Balloon trying to make its way across. Will touch the tower. Yes, it will touch the tower, but will it be able to close the game? No, still more health left on the tower. 300 health left. Mukul needs to do one big push again and try to make its balloon reach the tower there, but I think he'll be able to do it. Actually, he has plenty of health there. And a fireball is there available to him, and he is gonna fireball the main tower, and I think PP is kind of given up on this right now. And death damage and a fireball does, there you go, enough damage to clear out the game for him. And 2-2 is the score. We're going into the third and the final game. Sorry, the fifth and the final game here of this best of 5. Very, very exciting game of Clash Royale we're getting to see today. I would like to thank Omen by HP for sponsoring the ESL India Premiership. We'll also like to thank our other support partners like HyperX, Intel, Red Bull, and of course the tournament is organized by Nordwind Gaming and ESL. All these guys make it possible for us to get into the game. And this is Clash Royale, guys. Every day we do Clash Royale like 6:30. We have 7 o'clock Counter Strike and 8 o'clock Dota 2. So don't forget to watch the rest of the games. I know everyone comes out to watch only Clash Royale and no one really cares about the other two games. But do wait and watch the rest of the games in the series also. They're fairly exciting. Not as good as Clash Royale, but fairly exciting, guys. So I think my dream has finally come true. We're finally seeing a nice, Three Musketeer deck. So this will be exciting. And I think we're seeing the first Magic Archer coming out. Is it not the first? No, production is telling me it's the second. Or is the third? So 2 days I was unwell. This is what happened. Everyone betrayed me. And everyone picked the went for the magical archer here. Oh, the hunter also comes out. This is quite interesting. I've never seen this kind of combination. Such cool cards actually coming out. And look at the hunter doing so much damage on the giant, but not good enough because look at the amount of damage the tower has taken. Is he gonna reveal the Three Musketeers right now? Or is he going for an offensive push? Yes, he is. Plenty. The hunter just taking wild shot in the dark there. There was no one around. Nice counter to the hunter, by the way. In response to the big push, hunter actually getting quite a value damage there on the giant. This is amazing. Wow. 3 shots and look at the health of the giant, bringing him down. Absolutely no health. That giant completely destroyed. Hunter now 1v1 against an Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon comes out on the top, but that's okay. Oh, that poison. Not the best place to put the poison because the tower was already on a low health, but that's okay. We will forgive him for that. This is the last and the final game, and Mukul has kind of gone back and figured that he wants to depend on the Three Musketeers right now. And he's kind of holding on to Three Musketeers, but this is the best time to put down the Three Musketeers because it's double elixir time and the Three Musketeers finally come out. And this is the time where the test of true faith will come out. And Mukul will now finally put up his big offensive push. He's figuring out what he wants to do. Puts down the ram on the left and the hunter on the right. A nice placement on the hunter. Hunter will get a lot of damage on that giant, completely decimating the giant. Big push on the left also coming out fairly well. But the musketeers were taken down by the poison. And a big giant ram push also coming out. The ram will connect. Yes, it does. Nice placement of the magic archer there. Was able to get hits on both the things. But look at the hunter. Look at the damage. Jesus, look at the damage. The hunter absolutely destroys the giant. The splash damage of the shotgun does so much damage that absolutely destroys the giant. Now 1 minute left on the clock. He's not able to close the game. Oh my god, no one noticed what's going on the bottom right. Even I didn't notice. Actually loses the game. 3-2 in favor of PP. PP winning this best of 5 and Mukul sadly losing this second best of 5 that I've been casting. I think he's lost the 2 games that I have casted, and this is pretty sad, man. Mukul is he's had a great performance on LAN and not able to close these games online, but that's okay. He's still part of the Master League. That means he'll still get an invite to the LAN. If he still, I believe if he has to stay in the top 8 or top 4 for Clash Royale, if you can give me an update on that. To even for Clash Royale is top 4, huh? Okay. So you have to be the top 4 in the Masters League to be even considered, not considered, to get invited into to the LAN event. So unlike last year's where we invited the top 8 or all the Master League teams. Now it's only the top four. So the competition has heated up by a lot. So you need to be top four to get to the LAN event, and that's where the big moolah is. The money in the bank is all at the LAN event. But that's it from me for now. This is Gotham Workaholic Firk, passing it back to my favorite. No, no, I'm not gonna say magnetic today. I'm not saying magnetic today, but my favorite duo in the studio, Vagish and Angela. Take care. Bye bye.
Alrighty then, well, that's what transpired in the ESL India Premiership 2018. This summer season's
That was
Masters
so
League.
exciting.
Yeah,
That
I
was so
know.
exciting. Where is your hype? Did you see the games?
I did.
Did you see how amazing they played?
I know.
It went on a 3-2 score.
I know.
Okay. All right. You were. Please continue.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. All right. Now, first of all, a huge shout out to amazing sponsors, owned by HP, HyperX, and Intel. And of course, all this has been presented to you by ESL and Nordwin Gaming. Now, moving on, we had a match between Prashanth PV Pandya and Mukul 8 Bitanchal, which went in Prashanth's favor.
Yeah.
Some amazingly interesting cards getting played. The Hunter got revealed there. I think it's the second time the Hunter
I
has
think the
been.
second time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all of that jazz happening here. I mean, Angie, take it forward, man. It's your game.
All right. So, first of all, I want to state here very clearly that Mukul is the winner of the winter season finale. And as of now, he sits 5th on the leaderboard, while Prashanth sits 8th on the leaderboard. These two players went head to head, like our caster said, they were brilliant. I mean, in the first two games, I really couldn't make out who would take it. And by game 3, their decks completely changed. They switched from their P.E.K.K.A. and their ground defense to completely going air. The balloon playing amazingly well in the third game for Prashanth, securing that 3-crown victory for himself. And in the fourth game, Mukul, I mean, he was just all over the place. I did see Mukul play even the Prince, the Dark Prince. He had a 3-crown push, and that's not really happened till now in the ESL India Premiership. And in the the fifth game, let's talk about the fifth game more in specific, because this is where things really went crazy. They completely changed their decks. We saw the 3 Musketeers for the first time being played by Mukul, and the reply for that was even the Battle Ram that came in. And the Battle Ram, fantastically played by Mukul over there. Prashanth, of course, throwing in a beautiful defense. He did choose to go with the Giant, and I think both these players just were so good in the game. But Prashanth making sure that at the end of the game, he did secure his own, and it was so close. The victory was so close. It was just a matter of like maybe one shot here and there, and I think that's where Clash Royale kind of is such a fantastic game, because you make one mistake or you send one card a little early or a little late, and your whole game changes. I even love to see how the Dark Witch was used in the deck. She was not really played in the first 4 games, but she was brought out by Prashanth in the 5th game, and that's amazing by him to even try out a new deck and see how well it works for him. So I mean, after looking at the standings, I looked at the first 2 standings of these 2 players. It was 5th and 8th, and somewhere I was like, Mukul may take this game for sure. I mean, he's played exceedingly well, but Prashanth making sure that he doesn't really want to sit 8th on that leaderboard and is going to make it up to